Hello everybody, we are coming to you from the 2025 version of Destination D23 located here at Coronado Springs. Just for a day of fun, and we'll be back tomorrow too, but we're going to take you along and see what's all in store this year. Oh yeah.
Are you ready to be part of the D23 Gold Member world? Please welcome your host for Destination D23, the voice of Ariel, Disney legend, Jody Benson.
Good morning to all of you. I'm blown away already by that first 5 minutes. Are you? Come on, those Broadway stars singing at 9 o'clock in the morning. Alyssa, Susan, Adam, Bradley. Unbelievable, right? Let's give them a hand. Very happy. So yeah, I'm gonna just share this song with you, and I just really appreciate you inviting me. Try not to cry. To invite me to be part of this. This is really magical for me. Thank you. Jude already left home. 11 years old on my own, feeling nothing but lonely. There's nothing to do, there's nothing out there but the traffic down on State 93. So we sit through the night by black and white tea. And that's when I saw it. That's when I heard it calling me. Disneyland, Magic Kingdom, Disneyland. I close my eyes real tight, wishing hard I might, wishing hard I may. Found my way to Disneyland. Gotta get to Disneyland. Magic carpet, please carry me away. Oh, I know you're gonna say the trees are paper mache. It's done with the mirrors, the magic there. Each little bird's full of springing perfect light sings recorded music in the air. And I'm not face, it's only pull my wooden pace. Come on, say it, I'll turn around and tell you. I will live in Disneyland. I'll make my home in Disneyland. Well, maybe it's all fake. That's a chance I'll take. It's perfectly to
a quick recap of everything that we've actually seen so far. So this morning we had a movie panel hosted by Yvette Nicole Brown. We went through and we got to see the first few minutes of Toy Story 5, which looks amazing. Like, I wasn't sure what they were talking about. They're like, oh, they're going to have like this Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger scene. Hilarious. Like, I cannot wait to watch and see what happens from this scene. We also got to see a lot more of Zootopia 2. We got to see a lot of Hoppers, the brand new Pixar film that's going to be debuting next year. That looks like it could be one of the funniest Pixar films to date. It was just absolutely laugh out loud hilarious throughout the entire thing. We saw a scene from Tron Ares. We also got to see a scene from The Mandalorian Grogu. We got to see a lot of stuff. There's a lot of different things that they got to show us, and we had a few different actors coming out. Patrick Warburton is my favorite, just because I love Seinfeld and he was putty. Just amazing panel to start. Jodie Benson is the host of the entire weekend, so she was out there a few times. She also sang a song. So that was her singing the song Disneyland from her original Broadway film or Broadway show that she was part of. And then we also had a few other different presentations going on. Overall, just an amazing morning. I am so happy that I came. I like the Destination D events, I think, more than I like the Expo. I've always liked going to the D23 Expo, but at the same time, it's go, 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 and you get to choose which panels you're going to, opposed to this one, where you get to sit in the same room from start to finish and watch all of the panels, which I like. They also had it so we've got to watch the Three Caballeros, not the movie, we got to watch like a part 1 of 3 series that they're doing throughout the weekend, where you learn a little bit more about the behind the scenes of how the Three Caballeros was created and how they did the trip. We also got to hear a lot about Exitensio from his daughter, his granddaughter, and his granddaughter-in-law. And they talked a little bit about the book that they just wrote, which I purchased yesterday. If you watched my video yesterday, you probably saw that book there. But overall, amazing morning. I cannot wait to go watch part 2. Right now it is our lunch break. I'm just waiting for my food to be ready, and then we're going to go back and watch the rest of what's in store. So let's get back to it. I've been able to get a front row seat for the second section. We're just a little further away from the stage, but that's okay. We can zoom in and stuff too with camera. It looks like we're going to have a band right here.
Did you get lunch? Did you get your protein? Okay, good. So you're ready to rock and roll. Oh my goodness. Welcome back. What a fun morning we have had. I have been backstage watching the entire show, having so much fun. I learned so much from my hype friend Ashley Eckstein's fabulous Hulu Plus show. That was super fun. The trivia. We won prizes.
It feels so good to be back here at my home at Disney World Resort. Disneyland is great, but I think I've had to miss the heat just a little bit. I know you're probably going crazy, but I'm really excited to be here. We're here to talk all things Phineas and Ferb. As Jody mentioned, I am a fan. I watched the series when it came out originally, and when it made its really, really great triumphant return. And there's so much. This series and this show really showed me as a kid that I can think of anything that I want. I can be a storyteller, I can create, and I can imagine the life and the world that I want to live in.
Or one we would want to create in real life.
One that you would want to create in real life.
I would love to have a chicken replacinator. Because that when we first did that, we thought it was the most useless-inator ever. Because why would you need something that would just make whatever you shot trade places with the nearest chicken? And we've used it a bunch of times in the series.
Or the farthest chicken, there are 2 settings.
Right? That's right. So there you go. There's Candace.
In sync, singing, trash in the can. That's a That's true. I would, yeah, that is like sitting up. Oh, wait a minute.
atmosphere had a big impact on Disneyland. I mean, think about it. Disneyland still has Great Walt Mr. Lincoln. It still has the primeval world dioramas. It still has a small world. It still has 3 of the 4 attractions operating there today in Anaheim. But there's one that is not in Anaheim, that is right here at the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. Yeah. That is, of course, the Carousel of Progress. So, Carousel of Progress, over the years, we've updated the carousel, we've made changes, but it's really not had a major update since 1993. Probably before most of you were even born. I am pleased to announce, the reason I'm here today, is to say that after more than 30 years, we're going to give Carousel of Progress an update. You know, the attraction has Walt's name in the title, so we think it's only fitting that Walt Disney himself introduced the show in a brand new scene. So we have lots more details to share, including what John, Sarah, and the whole family have been up to over these years. But just rest assured, at a later date we'll share those details, but just rest assured that the Carousel of Progress is going to keep on spinning for a whole new generation of fans, really proving that, you know, a great big beautiful tomorrow really is just a dream away.
Let's start on the food one with popcorn. What? Oh, Disney Star with popcorn mix.
Straight from the Tip Top Club from Disney Jollywood Nights at Disney's Hollywood Studios. You know it. Come on. Please welcome Rachel and the Alley Cats.
Was the nightmare before Christmas in the ballroom down below. Not a creature was peaceful, not even a crow. With ghoulish guests dancing in a festive feast for all. Our story begins with a murderous roll call.
Alright then, the guests will be arriving soon. We got to look alive. It's time for a roll call. Russell, hello. Kim, Timmy, Ronnie's Carl. I told you it's Blaine, Mark, Sharon.
Alfred.
Yeah.
Lewis, don't touch.
It's just Chef Jasmine.
Lewis, are you messing with the lights again? Anyway, welcome, foolish mortals, to the crime scene of murder. No, not that murder. A murder of crows. This year's Haunted Mansion gingerbread display is the murder most foul. This year's theme is all about the murder house. A group of crows is called a murder. They're a little bit more ominous than just a regular murder house. To be honest, crows kind of give me the creeps.
What the?
So how we make the display is we start with about 200 pounds of gingerbread dough. For this particular house, we cut out some other shapes, and then we have a foundation for our house. Once we have all the gingerbread sheets up on the house, we have smaller details to put up, like these guys, which go up for the roof shingles. We have some coffins, and then there's also some feathers. These guys are gingerbread with some fondant on them, and once these are nice and dry and ready, we use royal icing to just apply them to the roof. So on this house, there is some filigree work that's on the sides. That's supposed to be reminiscent of the iron work that's on the side of the Haunted Mansion building itself. So we piped that on with royal icing. We also added a few feathers and a few penny Mickeys in there. So some fun facts about the house. It stands 13 feet tall. It took 9 days to assemble. We built it with a team of 8 pastry chefs. There are over 400 shingles on the roof, and there are 13 penny Mickeys. Some of my favorite details on this display include the candy cane gut on the poor unfortunate soul down here. Another one would be the feather jingle down here. That was the first one that we placed on, actually. Thanks for watching, and I hope you visit our gingerbread display at Haunted Mansion Holiday. And remember, there's always room for one more.
So, one of our beloved colleagues who's been with us all day, who we adore, is going to come out here and, well, you'll see for yourself. Please welcome back to the stage the incomparable Michael James.
They were kings and times, so
Hello everybody, we are back from the afternoon panels. We still have one more thing to do tonight. However, I want to do a quick recap. I just came over here to get my swimsuit because tonight we're going over to Typhoon Lagoon for a Emperor's New Groove Goostopia water park adventure. But before we do that, I figured we'd come back here as I get my swimsuit and just do a quick recap of the afternoon as well. You just saw a few of the different clips from here. But the first presentation was a Phineas and Ferb presentation with Dan Povenmire and Swampy Marsh, the two creators of Phineas and Ferb, and the voices of Dr. Doofenshmirtz and what's his name? Major Monogram. Overall, that was a great presentation. It was great to just sit there and listen to them talk, and they started doing some drawings, which you saw in those video clips as well. After that, we got to see the D2K movies, which I had no idea what that was going to be. I was like, D2K? I've never heard this expression before. But it's a play on Y2K, and they had a few of the directors who came out that talked about Tarzan, and the director for Tarzan came out, who was also the director we watched the other night during the Goofy movie special presentation, because he was the director for a Goofy movie as well. We also had Don Hahn there, who Don Hahn we love. I've actually interviewed him on my podcast before, and he was there to talk about a few different movies, including things like Fantasia 2000, where he talked about Roy E. Disney, and they also had it so he talked about Atlantis. We also had the directors for Brother Bear there, and the director for, what was the last movie? I'm drawing a blank. Treasure Planet was the other one. And the four directors kind of went through and they talked about their influences for the specific movies and how they would go out there and do research. The other really interesting thing was listening to them talk about Treasure Planet and how Treasure Planet was an idea that John Musker and Ron Clements were going to do back after Aladdin, and then it kept on getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. Actually, he said back in the 1980s, he came to the executives and said, I have an idea for two different movies that I want to direct. One of them is The Little Mermaid, one of them is Treasure Planet, and they denied both of them, and a few days later, they ended up choosing The Little Mermaid, which I found fascinating because I thought I knew a lot about Treasure Planet, but apparently I didn't know that backstory, so it was kind of cool to go through and see some of the drawings for these different films and kind of hear a little behind-the-scenes stories of how these different films were researched. It was a lot of fun. In addition to that, they also had Joey Fatone, which you saw from NSYNC, singing Trash in the Camp, which he sang in the closing credits of Tarzan as well with the other members of NSYNC. After that, we had it so we experienced the happiest place on Earth, the making of the happiest place on Earth, with a few different Imagineers. One of the Imagineers was up there discussing the brand new Walt Disney attraction that is found over in Disneyland and how they brought that to life. Another one was Leslie Iwerks. We've talked about Leslie Iwerks here before, and I just am a huge fan of her and her grandfather and her father and all the different contributions they have made to the Disney company. But if you've ever seen the Imagineering story, she's the person who created the Imagineering story. She was the director of that, and she also announced that she has another brand new film coming out on Disney Plus later on this year, which is going to be talking all about the creation of Disneyland. And they showed us like a 2 to 3 minute clip of that as well, and I am so excited. She said that they have over 800 hours of footage that Walt Disney insisted that the people creating Disneyland would film all the stuff being created, and they went through all 800 hours of film to create the film, or the film series, I think it's just a film, that'll be coming out later on this year. So overall, that was a really cool one. They also had Don Hahn there. Again, Don Hahn was pretty much in every presentation throughout the day, which I can't complain about because I love Don Hahn. But he was there to talk about his brand new book, which all D23 members got if you got that part of the D23 Gold member package. But it's all about the creation of the happiest place on Earth, aka Disneyland. And then they brought out another person, and that's the other video clip that you guys just saw of them announcing that Walt Disney will be coming to the Carousel of Progress here at Walt Disney World, and he's going to be doing an introduction for the film, and the final scene will finally be updated, which, I mean, it only took 32 years, so can't really complain that much. So overall, Imagineering panel, amazing panel. We also had it so Becky Klein, the head of the Walt Disney Archives, she was coming out throughout the day and talking about Disney in different countries. The one that she did in the second half of the day was all about Disney in Japan, and they talked about the different movie experiences that they had there, and they just kind of talked about the different movie connections that they have with partnerships in Japan studios and Disney as well. Really interesting stuff. Some people in the crowd did not seem to like it. The people behind me were like, boring. You know what? You're boring people. If you don't like the Disney nerdum, then get out here. So after that, the longest panel of the day, oh my gosh. If you know me, I am not a food person, and the Disney Eats panel went on ever. It was like, not only just did it feel like it was the longest panel, but it was literally the longest panel. There were a few things that I would cut out. Talking about all the food, I would cut that out. I mean, some of the stuff, obviously, you got to talk about. The only interesting part for me was the fact that they gave us popcorn, and they also talked about popcorn buckets and the history of popcorn buckets and how, you know, now why I've got like 100 of them in my condo right now. But they had brought 3 people up on stage to do a cookie creating contest, and I was just like, we can do without this. Overall, my least favorite part of the entire day was the Disney food part, but that was okay. I'm sure other people enjoyed it, just not for me. The final panel of the day was all about the Emperor's New Groove, where they brought back Patrick Warburton, the voice of Kronk, and Don Hahn, again. And the two of them went through and talked all about the creation of the film and how Kronk was almost cut from the film, and how that famous dinner sequence with the poison for Cusco, the poison specifically made for Cusco, that poison, that scene was going to be cut from the film, and they fought and got it in. So overall, amazing panels from start to finish. I am very excited to find out what's going to happen tomorrow, but right now let's head over to the last part of today, which is going to be at Typhoon Lagoon, where we're going to go check out the thing. Side note, I'm pretty sure that the audio from the next section will probably be a little distorted because you guys are going to be in a sleeve to keep my camera equipment safe. So I apologize if the sound's a little off, but let's go over there right now. Oh yeah. 2 last things before we head out to the Typhoon Lagoon. So they gave us 2 things at the end. Actually, they gave us 3, now that I think about it. One of them was the Macy's Parade floats that are going to be coming this year for Macy's Parade. We got Spider-Man, Buzz Lightyear, and Minnie Mouse. In addition to that, they gave us this really cool lithograph for Zootopia 2. Oh yeah, look at that. That movie looks really good, by the way. Like, I was kind of excited about the movie, but I wasn't like overly excited about the movie, and now I'm like really excited about the movie. And the last thing, which is the most exciting thing, is a temporary tattoo from the lizard from Hoppers. Probably not the most exciting thing, but at the same time, it's a free temporary tattoo. Okay, now let's go to Typhoon Lagoon. Boom, baby. Let's do Custopia here. United Disney's Typhoon Lagoon. Look, it's even got the Emperor's house there. Oh, I love it. They gave us some waterproof cases, and it's got the Custopia thing. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, we got free Coke, free popcorn. Life is good. Alright, so welcome to Custopia, your ultimate summer getaway. Jump in the wave pool and dance with me and my friends, but mostly me, Cusco. So, rumor is the characters are here, and I need to meet them because I've never met any character from the Emperor's New Groove. Guys, exotic bird bingo, are you kidding me? So there's different signs all around, and I don't know if there's a prize, but we gotta find Fight a Burrow. And here's our first one right here. So where's it at? Oh, there's a lot of different colored ones. Top left. Yeah, let's mark it down. Okay, we found our next one here. Is the bottom right one? No. I don't see this one. I might not have it. I love this. It's like the map from the film where it's like, how'd you guys beat us? It really doesn't make sense. There's an orange one, yellow beak. That one right there. Guys, there's free ice cream bars here too. I am never leaving. Look, I'm only one bird away from winning exotic bird bingo. There's ice cream on my sheet too. I dropped some. Oh yeah, that's exotic bird bingo, people. I'm gonna be hanging out in the wave pool while I wait for other characters to pop up. Right now it's just been Yzma. Hopefully other ones pop up.
There are despots and dictators, political manipulators. There are bluebirds with the intellect.
This is the greatest. Oh my. Look, it's Doofus and Scrooge and Flither Glumgold at Typhoon Lagoon. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. On the map, it advertises a sandcastle. It's this right here. It's pretty cool, but I thought it was gonna be like a big castle. It's still pretty cool though. Oh yeah, that is gonna wrap up our first day of full fun here at Destination D23, a journey around the world to Disney. We'll be back tomorrow with all of the events that are gonna go on tomorrow as well. Tomorrow's the last day. It's only fortunately a 2-day event. But we'll be back tomorrow for more fun. Overall, great night here during the Qtopia night at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon. I can't wait for tomorrow. I gotta wake up in like 8 hours. Ugh. As always, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.